Hello friends, welcome back to another studio vlog. If this is your first time here, my name's Heather. I'm the owner of Charming Chapters, which is a small bookish business located in North Dakota. And it's been a few weeks since our regular studio vlogs. I've been posting weekly videos, they just haven't been the weekly behind the scenes videos. So it's nice to be back and chatting with you guys. I feel like there's so much I want to catch up on. Since the last vlog, it's been kind of the holiday season. Sales were a little slower for us this year, but we did have some orders come in still. And I want to thank you guys for those of you that did support us with your orders this holiday season, or if you help share things. I wasn't very active on social media just because I'd been working on our big project for Casey Blair. We made some custom book sleeves for her. That was last week's video, so if you want to go back and watch that. But I was busy working on all of those book sleeves, so I finally finished those up and got those mailed up last Friday. So this wasn't very active on social media and sales were down a little bit for us, but that's okay. Now that I'm caught up on the big order, it's going to give me time to do a bunch of updates that I've been really wanting to do. This week, it's actually Wednesday right now, but earlier this week, I was working on updating the website. I've been wanting to revamp that for the longest time, so that is finally done. I've got that. Other than the mobile version, if you look on the mobile version right now, it's kind of wonky, so I need to fix that. But if you look from a desktop, it looks great. Colors are different and it's organized better, so you can find what you're looking for. You can shop by collections now, so if you want to search for just fantasy items or just cat and dog items, you can do that now. And then also if you want to search for just specific items like book sleeves or acrylic bookmarks, it's a lot easier to find that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys like that. If you want to check out the website, that's now live. So I was working on that, and then I was also working on updating book sleeve listings. With a big order for Casey Blair, I had to pull down all of the book sleeve orders. I think it was Cyber Monday I pulled those down. Pulled the book sleeves off the website and Etsy. I just deactivated those just because I knew I wasn't going to have time to sew more book sleeves for regular orders. So like I said, I took those down, and now that I'm putting them back up on Etsy and the website, I'm just doing some updates with those. So if you look at the website right now, or even Etsy, we're only going to have about half the book sleeves. I just haven't gotten through all of them yet, but I've been updating photos and descriptions and all that kind of stuff. So that's been another big project. What else have I been able to visit with you guys about? We have snow now. It snowed a couple weeks ago, although yesterday it was 40 degrees, so a lot of it melted, but we're supposed to possibly get some snow today. They're actually talking blizzard conditions for us. Part of North Dakota is going to have winds like 70, 80 mile an hour, so that should be interesting. I think we're supposed to be like 50, 60, which is still pretty crazy for winds, but we should have a little bit more snow here. Try to think what else haven't I talked to you guys about? It's been probably about a month since our last studio vlog. I decorated the office for Christmas. I got all the Christmas decorations up, so I'll show you that here. Everything's kind of a pink wintry vibe, so I got that done. Oh, the jersey. I finally hung up my jersey from our trip a couple weeks ago when we went to meet Rebecca Yaros at an Avalanche hockey game. So the frame came in for that, so I'll give you guys a closer look at that. But I got that hung up. Yeah, I think that's about it. I feel like there's a lot more. Probably should have made a list of things we need to catch up on, but as I think of them, I'll let you guys know. As far as today, we're going to be working on some book sleeve orders. We had some orders come in, so we're going to work on sewing up 4 of those. We just need to clip them together and then sew them up, and then I want to get those over to the post office before the crazy weather starts. I think it's supposed to start raining about 2 o'clock today, so the goal is to get everything over to the post office before it starts raining and freezing and making the roads a mess. So that'll be the plan for today. As for the rest of the week, we need to wrap up some new blind date with the books. We're going to do that. We have some regular and acrylic bookmarks we're going to restock. We had some fabric come in for book sleeves, so we need to cut that down and get those added to inventory. So lots of projects, so we better get started. just finished sewing the book sleeves, so next we're gonna pack orders and then we'll take them over to the post office before it gets too bad here. The wind is definitely starting to pick up and the sky is getting really dark blue, so the storm is definitely starting to roll in. We have a weather radio that we keep just because we're out of town and we don't always know when the weather is coming, and it just went off and we're supposed to have like 75-mile-an-hour winds, so not looking forward to that. They're saying it's supposed to start like 9 p.m. tonight and go through like noonish tomorrow, so shouldn't really affect us while we're working today, but tomorrow I think we're definitely going to be hanging out where it's warm inside here. So well, let's get the orders packed up. I'll run them over to the post office and then we'll start on something else that's on our to-do list. Okay, back from the post office. As you can see, the sun decided to come out for a little bit, but it's getting kind of dark in the distance. You can tell that cold front is definitely rolling in. Our weather radio keeps going off. Like I said, we have that because we're out in the country and we don't have like the tornado sirens and stuff out here, so that is our weather alert, and it might go off in the background again just because there's some blizzard warnings, high wind warnings and stuff going off too, so that's going to be going off all afternoon. But next I think we're going to work on cutting down some bookmarks. They came in a couple weeks ago and I got about half of them cut down. They are on the website and on Etsy, but I just have to finish cutting them down. When I order them on sheets of 2. It just helps keep the cost a little bit lower. So we need to cut those in half and then we're going to round the corners on those and then we'll see how much time we have left. It's about 2:30, so I don't think it'll take us too long to get through those, but we'll see. And while we're doing that, we're going to continue listening to A Court of Silver Flames. I started the ACOTAR series again. You guys know how much I love that. I wanted something that wasn't going to be too distracting when I was working on our big book sleeve order for Casey, and I didn't want to get too distracted by having like videos on in the background or movies or anything like that, so I decided to listen to ACOTAR again. I absolutely love it. I'm about halfway through A Court of Silver Flames, so we're just going to continue listening to that and try and finish that up, and then we'll see how much time we have left for other things. Okay, all the bookmarks are done. It's about 3:45 right now, so I think I'm just going to take the rest of the day to work on getting some more of those book sleeves updated and added to Etsy and the website. That way I can get those back online in case anybody's wanting to buy any of those. So I'm going to work on that. We'll catch you guys again tomorrow. We'll work on a few more of the projects on our to-do list when we're back tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Hello friends, happy Thursday. It's actually the afternoon. We just had lunch. My hubby is home, so we just had a little bite to eat here. This morning I was working on making up cards for our blind date with the books. As you can see on the table behind me, got all those finished. So we're going to work on wrapping those up. But first we need to pull stickers, bookmarks, and then the annotation supplies that go with it too. There's annotation tabs, pens, and highlighters that go with them as well. So we're gonna work on pulling all of those first, and then we'll move on to the fun part, which is wrapping them. It's kind of like wrapping Christmas gifts. I absolutely love it. So we're gonna do that. I didn't film this morning making out all the cards because honestly, it was just me sitting at the computer writing down info for each book. But we will work on wrapping these books here and see how many we can get done today. Probably isn't going to be much more of the studio vlog this week, to be honest, being it is already Thursday, and I normally post studio vlogs on Friday. And this week's a little bit different because I normally film the week before and then post it the following Friday, but I didn't have anything to really film for you guys last week because all I did was sew the book sleeves for author Casey Blair. Literally, that's all I did all week long. So I didn't film any of that because that was last week's studio vlog. So I'm actually filming the week that I'm posting the video for once. So it's kind of fun, something a little bit different, but being I didn't do a whole lot besides computer work earlier this week, there isn't a whole lot to share with you guys. So unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit shorter video this week, but next week is going to be a fun video. It is going to be the packing of all of our bookish advent boxes. Those went out at the end of November, but I didn't want to share that video until after Christmas. That way I didn't have any spoilers for anybody that ordered one of the boxes. So that's going to be next week's video, and it's going to be a shorter week anyways, just being Christmas is Thursday. We're going to be hanging out with family all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there won't be a whole lot going on next week either, but that's okay. It'd be nice to have a little bit of break. But anyways, now that I've been rambling, we're going to move on to pulling some of the accessories that go with the blind date books, and then we'll move on to wrapping all of them up. Okay, so we only got a few of the blind date books packed. I think we got 6 of them done. I realized I didn't have enough of the annotation tabs, so I just ordered more of those as well as the pens and the highlighters. And so I just wrapped what we could that we had the full sets for. I like to be able to match the accessories with the book covers, so we're gonna wait to wrap the rest until those tabs and the pens and highlighters come in. They should be here next week, so if they do come in, I'll film that next week and then we'll put it in the following week's vlog. Not next week's vlog, that's the Advent one, but it'll be in the following week. And if not, we'll just work on it when we get to it at that point. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next week. It might just be a busy behind the scenes week with computer stuff, just since I already have footage filmed for the vlog, and there's a lot of things I need to do, like paperwork and stuff too, that's not very exciting to film. So might work on that kind of stuff a few days next week that we have to do some work. So it looks like we did have an order come in too, so we're gonna pack that up real quick. It looks like we have a Kindle insert to make and a Kindle charm, so we're gonna get those made up and then we'll pack up the order real quick. My husband said he'll run everything over to the post office. It looks like the weather is letting up a little bit. As you can tell, the sun is finally out, the wind is finally dying down, so he's gonna run that over for us real quick. All right, Annette, your order is officially on the way. My husband is running it over right now. And I think that's gonna be it for this week's studio vlog. Sorry, it's gonna be a shorter one again. But like I said, it's been a lot of behind the scenes stuff lately where it just isn't as exciting to film, or it's very repetitive. Like last week, Luna's down here complaining. I know, it's been repetitive, hasn't it? Do you wanna say hi? You haven't said hi in a while. Come here. Yeah, there she is. Say hi, everybody. It's been a while. Yeah, I've just been hanging out on my heated blanket lately. Yeah. Is Santa gonna bring you fun stuff for Christmas? Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah. We don't have kids, so we spoil Luna like a kid. So she has her own stocking. It actually used to be Lucy's stocking. If you've been following us from the beginning, we used to have a Doxy. She passed away about 2 years ago, and we had a stocking for her. So Luna has inherited her stocking. So Santa brings her gifts every year. So we're gonna do that next week, aren't we? But yeah, that's gonna be it for this week. Like I said, it's gonna be a little bit shorter one, but once the new year starts, we're gonna have a lot more projects to work on. I did make a post on social media today. Today is Thursday, so it'll be just the day before this vlog goes live. But if you want to check out that post on our social media, I'm asking what you guys would like to see for the new year. You can leave me a comment on the video here too, I suppose. But what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see more of any particular items? Do you want to see more book sleeves, more blind date with the book, like different options, or new products that you guys want to see? I am going to be working on magnetic bookmarks. That's one of our big projects for next year, so we're going to work on that. But yeah, if there's anything in particular product-wise that you want to see, definitely let me know, as well as ideas for collections. I have a few ideas that I've been writing down, so after the new year I'll reveal those to you guys, and then we can decide what you want to see for the next year. But if there's anything you've been dying to see that fits our theme, everything we do is cute, colorful. We do a lot of fun animals, lots of cute fantasy things, and dragons and all that. So if there's anything you guys want to see, definitely let me know, because I am planning for the new year. Eventually, I would love to do a bookmark and sticker club, like a monthly club, but life has just been so busy right now. So that is a goal for mid to late 2026. I would love to do one of those for you guys. And I'd love to do more special edition boxes next year. I was just telling my husband that I think it would be fun. Oh, Luna. She's so sleepy. That it would be fun to do some blind date boxes for Valentine's Day. We've done Valentine's Day collections in the past. They're not the most popular, so I don't know that I'm going to do anything like that for Valentine's Day, but I think it would be kind of fun to do some blind date boxes. Maybe we could do some blind date with a book, or even some blind date with the book sleeve might be kind of fun too. So let me guys know what you think about that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this week's vlog. Like I said, tune in next week to see all the items that are going to be in our bookish advent boxes that everybody has been revealing. I have been sharing things on social media as you guys open them too. So if you want to see some daily stuff, you can still tune into that. But that's going to be it for this week's vlog. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you aren't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you come hang out with me every week, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this little short video this week too. But we'll catch you guys again next week. Bye for now.